Because everything is laggy because I just started everything up. Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Minecraft. It's been, well, it hasn't even been that long. We were here earlier this week. Today is going to be a bit of a resource gathering day. I'm so used to running through those doors and immediately sneaking that now that they're not sneak requiring, I have like a whole bound of confusion every time I do that. Today is going to be very much a sort of resource gathering day. We need to start collecting materials for the wonderfulness that is going to be the villager trading area over there. And I would like to, well, first off, I need to make sure that I'm actually using my correct pickaxe level of stuff. Like, we need to start by going through, grabbing some stuff, and then I want to go mine out some deep slate. I want to get us some wood. I want to get us some stuff. And basically, like, today's stream is going to be 3 parts of just, I need to go collect everything that I can for a short period of time. It's going to be a little bit of a just chatty stream, you know, enjoying stuff, yapping about my plans for everything, just talking about some MDOT, talking about some stuff that didn't happen this weekend, because this weekend should have been an MDOT stream, but there was some stuff that happened within the team, you know, just a whole bunch of little things, and, you know, kind of just yapping about some stuff for, you know, series future and whatnot, and yada yada yada, giving myself a bit of time to clear out some stuff with architecture, basically, because yeah, there's been a whole bunch of mess with the way everything has been, and I am just kind of a little bit happy to get some of that detox. Ayo, hello, welcome in, Marks, welcome in, good to see you, good to see a friendly face. Yeah, no, yeah, so, MDOT this weekend. Yeah, we were supposed to be doing a boss fight this weekend, actually. That was supposed to be the fun little chaos that was next stream. There was going to be a wonderful little boss fight, that was about to basically set up the entire next area and, you know, chunk us into really what I consider to be almost the back portion of the campaign, basically. So, yeah, no, that was about to happen. Didn't, because of some issues we have getting some stuff set up, and, you know, some stuff on my end, some stuff on every other member's end. It's just how it be. Thank you. Yeah, no, base is always a work in progress, as we know. Just having fun building, as always, in this world. But yeah, no, I was really hopeful we were going to have MDOT this weekend, because for those of you who didn't see yesterday's stream or whatnot, this weekend is basically like my only free weekend I get out of the entire semester for a while. And I was I wanted to enjoy the fact that I got a free weekend by, you know, doing one of the funnest parts of the campaign and getting it going. Like, everything in terms of, you know, boss would have ran. I didn't make any music for it after hearing about some of the other stuff we have, so music's still in a waiting period right now. But, like, the boss could have ran, and oh boy, I am excited to see how they're going to handle that boss whenever it comes around. But, yeah, no. We take it as it is. We move on. Now we get to do some fun stuff and, you know, gather a bunch of materials. I'm basically just kind of churning through all the polls and just kind of... I'm kind of doing a micro change to how the polls work recently, where, like, I effectively am the one deciding tie breaks, which the only reason being is I'm struggling with, you know, certain streams at certain times, so I'm just trying to make sure that, you know, I'm taking which streams I can handle when I can handle them, and, you know, how long they need to be, and yada yada yada. I wanted this stream in particular actually to be a bit longer because otherwise we might have to come back and do some more of this. But, you know, it is what it is. It is how it be. We live how we live. We're gonna, you know, handle some stuff and that'll be fine. But no, I time change, everything else like that screwed me up. Freaking I stayed up a bit late last night editing a bunch of videos because we have a new series that starts this week for the people who haven't been keeping up with the Sea of Stars series because that one just ended. So yeah, no, we're getting right there, and I need to make sure that, you know, that's ready. Another thing that I just thought of that I really want to do real soon is I want to break... Ow. Frickin' thorns. Please tell me the thorns isn't what he just yoinked. Okay, good. I was like, please tell me he didn't just yoink the thorns right there. Nah, one of the things that I would like to do soon, though, is I would like to bust a hole open in the nether roof. I kind of that it's sitting in the background, but, like, for things like this, where an EXP farm is really needed, getting a blaze farm going would be really freaking awesome for me. The problem then becomes just setting it up to port everything to a location that I want it to. And then we're back in the wonderful Great Bridge Project issue. And yeah, no. At this point, I'm like, I kind of don't want to do any more Great Bridge projects. I love our current Great Bridge project. I just, like... anything else done within the world that's going to point towards an inevitable Great Bridge project is effectively going to have struggles in terms of how we do it, what we're doing, you know, yada yada yada, a million things like that, and it's a mess. I mean, I'm already not looking forward to setting up the chunk loaders for everything in the base in terms of the collection and along the Great Bridge, just because I have never been the man for enjoying, yeah, this is gonna yell, by the way, the entire time I'm doing this. I have never been the person for, you know, for chunk loaders. In all honesty, I kind of find chunk loaders a bit like a, yeah, I'm not good enough at making the farm work quickly, so I just figured I'd, you know, make it run eternally, you know? That's not working. Yeah. Oh, well, I'll just do it out of order there. Or I'll just work on it in a bit. And to that essence, like, you know, I kind of don't like the concept that I have to, you know, effectively chunk load a thing because hoppers are slow. Like, that's the only reason I have to chunk load something is because hoppers suck. And I despise the fact that hoppers suck within this game because, like, genuinely, this is the first time where I found hoppers to be a real considerable issue that I'm continuously running into, especially when it comes to the Great Bridge. So I'm just like, look, if hoppers are the problem, then great. Hoppers need a support system, and I've tried the support system of using minecart hoppers. They're quick, but they're laggy. And they're loud as well, which makes them annoying. And in all honesty, I'm in the boat of, look, I'd rather just have this farm infinitely flush all of its items all the way on over to the main base and just roll with it that way than friggin', you know, the alternative, which is just everything is an absolute, you know, mess of, you know, oh, okay, if I do this redstone, I can get a dispenser that works a triple time so that I can support all of these hoppers that I need to go into it. And then I could run it into this system, which picks it up through like 70 hoppers, because hoppers are really freaking slow. Like, oh my god, hoppers are slow. Like, it's just not even funny how much of a mess I need to make it so that the Great Bridge project doesn't take 7 hours to load and unload, because it's the reason why I don't, the Great Bridge is kind of, well, the Great Bridge and all the items that need to be taken across the, across it are part of the reason why I'm like really wanting to just go to the end just to get shulker boxes. Like, I don't even freaking care about anything else there. I don't even care about the fact of like killing the dragon, anything like that right now. I legitimately, the one reason I want to go to the end is shulker boxes. I don't want anything else. And the sole reason I want shulker boxes is so I can load them all up with 1,000,000 materials from here and walk them on over. I love the Great Bridge project sometimes, but god, is it a mess to handle logistically whenever we don't have chunk loaders involved. So basically, my workaround is becoming that I kind of just have accepted that I want chunk loaders in this world. Of course, in mod packs, I am totally on board for chunk loaders. You're expected to use mod pack chunk loaders, but like in main Minecraft, I kind of think that the fact that I kind of don't like the fact that they've made ender pearls into chunk loaders. It just feels a bit too cheap, in my opinion, if you're gonna do something like that. Like, it's something that I feel should be more endgame than it is, and it isn't. But, you know. Yeah, that's just me taking hot takes at current Minecraft. But yeah, no, so, materials that I wanted to gather today. I need to gather a bunch of deep slate. We're running extremely low on deep slate. The other materials we need are all of the different woods. We are running very low on wood. We need a bunch of wood. And I would like to get that. The hope is that in doing this little part of it, I'm actually helping us out, because hopefully a bunch of bones are going into the system, and then, you know, making it so that we're all filled up. I also am going to put like a personal little blockage into I want to take some levers, and I want to just kind of lock up some of the areas, because, or some of the flush systems, just because I think that we need to hold on to a bunch of the items in some of the flush systems, and I'd rather not have to put it in a point where we need to run it for an extremely long time right now. I'd kind of rather just make sure that the flush systems are relatively full, so that I don't have to sit here for forever, working them. So, yeah, no, I'm gonna basically set some levers up, to put on a don't flush system, that I can relatively flip on and off as I feel like, basically. Sort of a manual control that just, you know, fixes some of the problems that we're having, and then, you know, yeah. These are almost good. That's the other thing. We do have Efficiency 5 that we need to work towards getting now, because we got the Efficiency 5 villager finally, in Dino, and I would love to make all my tools Efficiency 5. Really, in all honesty, it is actually almost a thing where I think we're soon in the near future we will be making new tools, which is why we haven't named any of these like our armor, because our armor is following like perfect enchants, whereas the tools have not. So we're probably at some point in the future going to be changing out the tools, and that's something that, like, I've known for a while, that as soon as I finally get the proper enchants, we change out the tools. And then once the tools have been changed out, we're kind of on the chain of, like, okay, I guess I can finally start heading towards doing the things I would like to, you know? In terms of, like, getting netherite, getting some other stuff, you know? Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that, like, everybody's been like, dude, you seriously still haven't done Blink in this world? And I'm like, yeah, I've had no need, I've had no want. Like, the one spot where I would say that I've had a need or a want is I've wanted shulker boxes. And literally everybody can understand why I want shulker boxes. It's pretty evident and obvious. Shulker boxes would save a lot of issues in this world that are struggles, pains, and, you know, hard to handle, basically. Like, everything that shulker boxes are for are what makes, you know, what makes the shulker box really good for this world. Friggin', that's the other thing as well, is I'm kind of looking forward to trying to figure out, part of me, I still want to go through and see if I can't make a system for copper golems that'll work it through the entire collection relatively quickly. Because I think that copper golems would be our lifesaver, and I'm very interested. I need to do some testing with them. Now that they're also in the game, you know, or whatnot. So I need to do some tests with them, and I would love to do that at some point. I just haven't yet, and it's a thing that I need to sit down and work on, because it's something where we're probably going to actually rip apart the entire old collection system, and remake it into something that supports the copper golems, so that there's less noise, there's less item problems, there's less a bunch of things, really, and, you know, it just becomes this thing of, like, hey, run a few wires around in a few places of some water streams, some hopper streams, and it fixes the entire issue. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I've been thinking about, and I do want to sit down and just redesign the collection, remake a few pieces, see what I can do in Creative World, and then see how they compare and whatnot, what sizings I can work with, what's the material request, you know, what's the time frame request. I mean, for crying out loud, we're gonna need like 200 frickin' copper golems if I'm doing that, which, you know, that'll be a fun mess to think about. But we live and we learn, and we have some fun. I technically am probably fine with the shovel not being at full durability, but we know me. I would like to get that up to full durability before we get starting on stuff where we're only almost 20 minutes into the stream. I mean, we're fine. We're going to be mining a bunch of deep slate in a bit anyways, and, you know, that's what I'm more worried about in terms of materials, is I just want to get a bunch of deep slate going and a bunch of some other stuff going, and, you know, hopefully the villagers don't despawn on me, because if they do, I'm going to cry, because it means the entire idea just doesn't work anymore. And I'd like to keep my things working, you know. I do also need to update the data packs for this game, because our data packs are severely out of date. I haven't been keeping up with it. It's something that I don't like doing, is having to go through and manually update all the data packs. It's why I also prefer a modded setup that lets me just auto update, or or just vanilla, basically, because I'm like, bruh, to go chase down all of the updates to the data packs every time they come out, everything like that. It is a mess. And I'm like, bruh, come on, please, just work with me for a minute, you know? Ow. Whoop-de-doo. But I mean, hey, you know, we're doing good in the world. That's all I care for. We're making things work. I'm living. We're doing stuff. EXP, come to me, please. I would like to move on from this exercise right here so that I can just start mining and prepping some stuff, because that's what we need to do. Big ol' mine and prep stream. Since I can't get time to do it on my own time, which is when I normally like to do all of these mining and prep stuff. You know, normally whenever I do this stuff, like, I like to go grab the major resources off stream, because it becomes a thing where I'm like, I know it's kind of... As much as I do like to yap about certain things and whatnot, and right now we're kind of having a meta yap about me and streaming in general, which is a funny, wonderful addition. You know, it's one of those things where I'm like, I do know that it is not the most intriguing of exercises for some people to watch. Like, in all honesty, my yaps I know are not the most entertaining sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to be entertaining. I'm not the world's best at it, you know. It's part of the reason I know that, you know, it's one of the many things where I'm like, yeah, I know I'm not a good speaker. I never really have been. Social stuff has never been the easy thing for me, but, you know, I enjoy these games. I've got stuff that I want to share, projects that I want to have viewed by the world, and, you know, part of that is I do want to make sure that, you know, that's getting reached out, but, like, nah. Some of these yaps get long-winded, some of them just get a little bit, like, bro, what the frick are you doing here? Why are you just sitting here in front of your skeleton spotter, swinging your sword, talking to people? And it's like, ugh. Yeah, I know. Not many people are good at speaking. It's one of the things that is like it's a struggle to get good at it. I just have other problems that basically are like, bro, I don't know how I'll ever get good at it, but you know, meh. It is what it is. This is micro details that we don't care about. This is micro details that do not frickin' matter. Okay, skeletons, please come here. Thank you. I'm like, I can only do this for so long before it becomes weird without a change of pace, you know. And I will tell you, we're at that point where it becomes a bit weird without a change of pace, so please come here. Please make it not weird so that I can sit here and do some stuff. Ugh. Whoop-de-doo. Alrighty. I mean, I should fill up my shovel just because my shovel is the thing that I secretly use, like, probably the most out of the tools. Yeah. That's the other thing, too. It's the difference between recording and, like, actual public speaking, where, like, I get really nervous in front of a bunch of people because I do legitimately have, like, social anxiety-related stuff that cause a lot of problems for me. It's also why I do not like being in crowded rooms or anything like that. Like, I do not like having a bunch of people around me. Streaming, at least the fun part of it is like, I'm effectively talking to a nice, wonderful object called a microphone. And that nice, wonderful object called the microphone doesn't judge me. There's just text and words that come across my screen occasionally. Let's say things like, you know, bro, what the frick are you doing? Or, bro, nice stream, bro. And I love describing stuff like this through that type of context. It's so stupid. But no, yeah, like, it's the difference between recording and not recording to me, where, like, you know, recording and live streaming are very fun for me, and, like, they're a way for me to be overly social without having a bunch of social issues, and it's something that I'm just happy about. Because, yeah, like, I have a bunch of fun doing this stuff, and trust me, the second I see a stream which gets to, like, 8 or 9 people watching at a time, like, we've had, I think my most people that I've had sitting in a stream at one time was, like, it was one of the Inscryption streams where I got it up to, like, 8 or 9 people watching at a time, and I was, like, I was pogging and just going, like, oh my god, what the hell is happening? Why am I getting popular right now? But no, like, beyond that, like, I just, you know, I just have fun. Oh my gosh, my first copper armor that I've had in my inventory. Get out of here. No, like, genuinely, when I get to having more people in the stream, like, that would be a wonderful thing. And I will be, like, shocked and whatnot, but, like, the difference is it's not too scary to have a bunch of people just in the stream, than it is, you know, like, if they were actively in a crowd watching me do stuff. Like, that's the real difference that I'm talking about, you know? Okay, come on, come here. We're 26 minutes into me streaming. Come on. I've got other things to do today, Skelly. Can I? No. That's the other thing, like, about farming in general. A lot of the reason why people make big farms is because everybody is, like, very much very much in the boat. Oh, we need to have all of this, you know, getting done at any given time, and I would like to, you know, be able to do blink, 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 you know, while my farms are running. And it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, farming in Minecraft is weird. Farming in Minecraft is a bit weird. Oh yeah, that's right, I wasn't doing this immediately. As I take forever because I don't have mouse tweaks in this world. And I would love to. So let me see what exactly I need to do, because I know that the flush system is the flush system is this right here, I believe. Yeah, the flush system is that. And, oh, I actually already had it set up, what with me using those. That's actually huge. Yeah, that's huge, actually. Because what that means is that's an easy fix for us to use. Okay. Yeah, because you guys sit here, and then I just put the lever there. I mean, let's go hop into the back, just to, like, triple check that I'm not going crazy with how simple this is, because this looks way too simple for me to believe it immediately. Oh yeah, this is the other thing, by the way. I did clean some stuff up back here in between streams because I wanted to, you know, kind of at least have some stuff. And I put this here because it's meant to be a reference to something somebody said I should do, which, you know, depending how you take it, I did and or did not do. Yeah, that's the flush system right there. Yeah, that's the flush system right there. Because this side is the side that handles the bone meal stuff. And now I need to go get more acacia to go fix that. We'll do this. Yep. We'll just do this real quick. I mean, I'm going back in there because I need acacia real quick. But, you know, I mean, that is a good sign, because that tells me exactly what I wanted to be told, which is I can just put a blocker on the collection system that says, oh yeah, please hold on to this, don't flush. Which is exactly the type of thing we need in this. Doink. 3. Yep, and then we'll just do that real quick. There we go. I do not care for those cobblestone pieces. They are fine to leave. Alrighty, what do we need a bunch of? We definitely need a bunch of... Yeah, that should be more than enough. We definitely need a bunch of, we need birch. We need... Really, we need our main woods. Yeah, let's just go through. Lock up all of these. Yeah, these are all the saplings, which right now I do actually want us to be keeping. I forget what you are. You might be the apple. Yeah. And you need flush system protection all the way up to here. So let's just do all of this. That way all of that gets held. I mean, look. You never want these to be flipped, but, you know, I made 16. Might as well use all 16 that we just grabbed so that I can perfectly, you know, do that. Alrighty, what is the bone meal sitch? Not good. Not good. Not good at all. To the point where I'm like, we're probably not gonna get that much out of this. But that's okay. Let's see here. Yeah, there's nothing in there anymore, dude. You've set up this system. That's how this game works. Grab a bit of each of these. We'll kind of swap them in as I need them. There they are. Yeah, and these will be our seeds that we're going to be using to run this thing. I do need an extra one there. Alrighty, the one we definitely need most of, though, is, this. And hang on. Let's turn you on so that we're going through. And there we go. Alrighty, and hang on. There we go, and... Oh yeah, that's right. They made a new thing in the game real quick that I can do that actually makes it much better. Use item toggle so that I don't have to sit here and hold. Because they made this a legitimate feature of the game where you can just sit here hands-free, you know, and run this. Like, this is another thing where I'm like, okay, yes, we used to have to do an exploit for this trick, but, like, now that it's just supported by the game, it is legitimately kind of funny to me. Yeah, no. But, we should get through, a bunch of stuff, relatively quickly. Whoop-de-doo. Nah. The amount of wood that we use within this game is insane. It's a thing where I'm like, definitely I need to, like, I'm very happy that one of the first few things I set up within this world was this wood farm. This wood farm has been very much, like, most definitely the savior of this world. I will hard stand by that fact that we are using the savior of this world to its highest effectiveness. The fact that I specifically set it up that we get this thing going as soon as possible, really saved this world to me, because, like, we straight up have almost every solution that we really need for the world right here. Like, if I run out of materials, great, I go get some more wood. That builds up basically my entire base. Am I running out of, you know, some of this type of thing that, you know, I use to build my base? Great, the wood farm does it. The wood farm does everything basically for me. Like, the only thing that the wood farm hasn't fully gotten perfect yet, and it's something that I want to work on inevitably, is the moss farm addition that I would like to do, so that moss now basically fuels this thing eternally, so that I don't have to worry about, you know, anything at all, because the moss farm just, you know, keeps me running as long as I want to. Like, there was a time where, like, the backlog on this thing could run me, like, the backlog on this thing, so we're aware, can run me for a couple of hours. Like, this farm can run itself for a very, very long time, basically. Like, the way that it is set up, the bone meal does work in such a nice way where you can run it for a couple of hours and just keep going. And it will actually keep producing. The thing is you need a ginormous backlog of wood while it's doing that. You need to make sure that items are being nice to you, which occasionally is an issue. And like, there's just a few things where it's like, okay, we have to do that now. Okay, I gotta do that now. Like, for instance, I should really snuggle up into this corner so that the bone meal auto dispenser is basically feeding it to me. Not like, I'm pretty happy with how the tree farm has come together, and I'm glad that we recently did do that addition to the storage system to make it so this thing now can start using its materials to automatically support itself. Because it is really a thing where, like, this thing should be able to automatically support itself. It should not struggle in the ways that it does, keeping itself, you know, alive, basically. But without, like, all of the different support systems, it does. I mean, we have literally a skeleton farm that's built into this thing, which has the sole purpose of, yes, let's make sure that all of these items go into a specific thing, and make sure that all of these items are, you know, being kept together in such a way that we, you know, don't have to worry about anything, and that all of the bone meal is being made so that we can just, you know, or a bunch of bones are being converted into bone meal at any given time so that we can, you know, keep this thing running at all times. Yeah, no, the system on this thing has definitely had some struggles occasionally, but, you know, it's whatever. I did intend, by the way, that we're gonna do like 10 minutes on, or I'm probably gonna, I'll do like 5 minutes on oak, but I'm gonna do like 15 on the birch and then 10-ish on the acacia. Well, actually, here's the thing. I should probably say I am intending on going for like another hour, basically, and my plan is that, you know, this first hour I was gonna go through and, you know, first off set up those things that we just set up real quick and easy. I then wanted to run through and get some trees set up, and then I wanted to go, after our trees were set up, and grab a bunch of deep slate, since deep slate is our real current issue, which is mining. You know, there is the funny that I realized we could do with mining for the deep slate, where I just mine out the area where where I just start mining out the area that is going to be our slime farm, since that's another part that I need to work on as well, which I'm gonna be honest, I think it would be very funny to do that, so I think we shall, and you know, we'll head over there. We'll start mining into the deep slate to get all the slime farm working. But I was thinking that was probably going to be like 20-ish minutes towards the end of stream, basically. So if I do the math, that means that we've been here for 10-ish minutes almost. Doing this, not 10-ish minutes just doing this. I'm sure, you know, not exactly, but we've been here setting up the wood farm stuff for like 10-ish minutes, which means we got 30 minutes till I really want to switch over, meaning because we're already doing this for a decent amount of time, I can swap over to that at around about 15 or 20-ish minutes of being here. And then do 15 minutes on the acacia. And then 5 minutes on the oak so that we're refilling those stocks. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll be what we do. I'll keep an eye on the timer and that'll be basically the, hey, swap over to blank real quick. And then we'll be like, oh, okay, I'll swap over to blank real quick. No. I will admit, it is one of this area is one of those things where it's always very funny to me to just watch the subtitles go crazy. Because there's like 70 separate sounds that happen here. And they're all like, how do I say that I have a billion sounds going? No. I find subtitles funny sometimes more than not because they are just very much random things in the way that we do them in this game. I have them actually for use of geolocation more than anything. I use them very much for the speedrunner reason of using subtitles. I don't really use them to the fullest effect of what speedrunners do, but I do use them for effectively the same reason that speedrunners do, which is, yes, do need to be able to geolocate where thing is. And that's what I do with them. Whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. Big boom, explode. Everything goes in a hole. It explodes. Yeah. No. Did I? Oh, crap. Wait, I just realized. Did I set up? Uh-oh. Hang on. I just realized something. Do we not have... Did I not set up the, Yes, it is. Dear God, that is a mess. If you... Oh, that's right. You guys haven't seen that in my Silksong playthrough. Do I have sticks going in here? Are sticks going in? Okay, thank God. I did set up the sticks. I'm like, did I remember to set up the sticks? I did, luckily. Why are you here? Why is there a pumpkin here? That was one of those panic moments where I'm like, wait a minute. What's in here? Yeah. Okay, thank God. We're alive. We're alive. The world isn't ending right now. The world isn't ending right now. Well, the other thing is my Silksong series is releasing very slowly, as is almost all of my series in the way that I do things. So... It's not that you didn't catch up to my Silksong series, it's that, I'm still very early on in the game in terms of how it looks from YouTube standpoint. To the point where, like, you know, my playthrough is taking forever, in terms of YouTube standpoint. That means toggle. This is the one that I wanted. And there we go. So, like, my YouTube playthrough, well, first off, the other thing, I'm glad that my YouTube playthrough is going a bit slower than many other people's because, I'm having troubles keeping up with it in my personal life just because of architecture right now, and releasing an episode every week is like the only way that I can keep all my series, you know, packed up and not have to record like a million things for a singular series non-stop. So trust me, streaming right now is being beneficial in the fact that I can at least use it as like do it on my gap days, but like the days where I need to be very much focused on architecture are when I was like, yeah, no, I need to have videos set up for that right now. Nah, this is why we love that I backlog a million videos. Because if I didn't backlog a million videos, we would have been out of videos like months ago, or a month ago, relatively. I would have been, there would be videos that are sitting unedited right now, that just would not have been out. and I'm glad that, you know, I've set it up so that, you know, I am, you know, doing that. It just means that, my series are very much like all over the place sometimes in the way that they're done. And I know that some people are like, bro, why the frick do you like do this series here and not, you know, this series here? And I'm like, I don't freaking care about schedules. Like my schedule that I have set up is a good schedule for me. That's what I care about. My schedule is good for me. That's what helps me. It's how I'm gonna work it. I know that some people are like, oh, you should just play through one game at a time. If I did that, there would be some series that would just die in the water. Nier, as much as that is probably my favorite series I've ever done for the channel, the Nier series itself, isn't good enough in terms of YouTube related stuff for me to validate doing it as like my own series, or as a single series on the channel. Really, in all honesty, according to YouTube analytics, I should not have done the Silksong playthrough for the channel. Did I? Yeah. Do I care? No. Like, according to YouTube analytics, I should have done Lingo only. Like, I should have stayed in Lingo. And I should not have let the channel swap Lingo for as my brain entirely crashes. I should not have let Lingo get swapped for Silksong. Really, if we're talking like should haves and should not haves from the YouTube standpoint. Because no, Lingo was, I didn't realize it, but Lingo was my best series on the channel. And it's because it is like, it seems like such a simplistic series from the get-go, but Lingo is just a game that, like, it's a game that is built on its own shock value, and how it works, to the point where Lingo just is a good game to play for the channel. Like, it's one that I am definitely going to play through, and now that I've finished recording the Nier series, it is the next one to go back on to the channel. But, like, really, in all honesty, Lingo should never have left the channel on, like, a pause or anything, and it should have been, like, if I'm saying that I still wanted to do Silksong, I should have paused the Nier series until Lingo or Sea of Stars was done. Sea of Stars would have ended first, still, and I would have returned Nier then. But the problem with that is that we wouldn't be where we are. So there is one of those things I've been thinking about where, like, you know, the whole mess of everything that comes up from it is just like, oh, you know, had I have done this, this would have done this, you know, we would have had this happening, yada, yada, yada. Like, I don't know what to do about it. Alrighty, anyways, let's swap us over to Acacia real quick. get 15 minutes of this in, so that we're getting, you know, a bunch of acacia stuff real quick. Assuming that this will give me the saplings, you know, we do need to make sure that it gives me the saplings here. Okay, it is giving me the saplings, it's just being a bit weird about it. Yeah. Yeah, we're okay. We're going over in terms of saplings. We are getting them correctly. Whoop-de-doo. But yeah, no. Really, in all honesty, if I wanted to keep viewership on the channel up, I would have done Lingo over Silksong. That's the thing where it's like, you know, Silksong has been that much of a anti-game on YouTube where like nobody wants to watch it. But it seems like it should have been the game that everybody wanted to watch, to where I'm actually like a bit shocked with my sort of, you know, this is the one time where I think that I should have actually been lax on getting Silksong started. I should have waited to do my Silksong playthrough, basically. And I know that some of the big channels definitely did get viewership off of it, and, you know, people like Blue SR and Fireborn definitely got a lot out of it. But, like, you know, me and my small corner of YouTube definitely did not get a good run out of it. So, it's whatever. It's one of those things that, like, you know, it's a good thing that YouTube is a hobby for me and not anything more than that, because, like, if it was something that I was actively chasing down for reasons like that, I would never get far. Like, I'm having fun with YouTube because it is something that I just enjoy doing. I enjoy the app, I enjoy showcasing my projects, I enjoy playing all these cool games that I find. I enjoy sharing my thoughts about games. I enjoy being the person who does all the things that I do on this channel. And yeah, there's some times where I'm like, bruh, I wish that I was getting more of XYZ out of this, but like, who cares? It's whatever. You kind of just live with it. That's how the world works. YouTube's a game of luck in a lot of instances, and when it isn't a game of luck, it's a game where Let's Plays are dying now, so, like, you know, it is what it is. I live how I live. I do what I do. I enjoy what I enjoy doing, and if I really, really, really wanted stuff, I would do something different than what I do. The thing is as a person who makes games, my projects are all related to games. So in between showcasing all of my project stuff, I play games to get ideas for what else should go into games. Like, that's the reason I do what I do on this channel. Like, the reason we have Let's Plays, and I'm not just talking about game making stuff and whatnot all the time, is because, first off, to get in a position where game design actually pops off on your YouTube channel, you have to get unbelievably lucky. Like, it is something that does not happen. There are like 2 channels I can name off the top of my head that got big, and it's because one of them basically rode the train off of Among Us until he started doing Uno related stuff. Massacre's Mansion, for those of you who don't know, great YouTube channel, amazing stuff, really do like the guy, does some wonderful things, enjoy his stuff. Or the other one that I can think of got popular and is now effectively almost died out because he hasn't been able to keep up with everything that he would like to do, and he started basically remaking Adventure Time's Card Wars as a real game, and we all know how that one is, and then has been basically on like a pseudo hiatus because there's been some major stuff that he's been working on, and he's just kind of like died out in terms of what's happening there. So, you know, it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you win some, you lose some, you can do what you can, but like at the end of the day, there is really only like there is only a few ways to do YouTube correctly in terms of things, and there are plenty of stuff that I am not doing correctly because I don't care to do them correctly. And I don't care to try the luck game a million times until, you know, it happens. I'm just here to... I mean, technically, here's the thing. I am trying the luck game a million times until it does happen with MDOT because, you know, that's how it is. I just like my thing that I have going, and I like my community. My community is wonderful. I love my community. They are very supportive. Genuinely would not be... I probably would not be doing YouTube stuff right now. Just even as a hobby, if it weren't for the fact that I didn't get myself a really good community out of it. Because I do really enjoy the community that that my YouTube channel has formed. Genuinely, everybody in the community is a really nice person, and I do enjoy the fact that this community is built up around so many people that are just really chill and fun to be around, and, you know, do all these fun and wonderful things themselves as well. But yeah, no, like, that's the one thing that I am happy about, is that even with the community that I have being as small as it is, like, it still is a great community. I'm happy with how it's turned out. Like, I could not be unhappy for, you know, what I've gotten out of it. Do I wish for more? Yes, every person wishes for more. It's natural greed. It's what everybody in the world has within their hearts in some way or another. That we want big numbers. We all like big numbers. We like big number go high. We like big number go high, go fast. And, you know, I'd like to know that MDOT will inevitably be successful. But that is something that I do have to handle with, you know, everything going on. And that is part of the world that we are in. It is funny that this like, the Minecraft series has always been one where I said it, like, every episode goes one of two ways. Dat Boy either just makes noises for an entire hour, or Dat Boy becomes philosophical for the entire time that he's on stream, doing something. And, you know, we're in one of those moments where it's partially one of those where Dat Boy becomes philosophical for the entire time of stream. Which is just the funny mess that we are currently in. And I'm like, ha, sorry guys, you got caught up in all this, whoopsie. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're getting philosophical. I did just realize, though, that I do need to make sure that we have time for the... what I'll probably do is I'll run the bridge project after stream. I'll end the episode off by setting off the Great Bridge Project, and that'll be what I do. But, you know, I did just remember, oh yeah, I've got to do that thing real quick where I run the thing to get all my items back to my base so that they can all do their stuff. And that'll be running while I'm out and about doing the errands that I have to do today myself, you know, just round and about. Whoop-de-doo. Alrighty, we got like 5 more minutes of acacia collecting that I wanted to do, and then we gotta go see how much of the acacia wood we've gathered down in our little collection system. Which, I will say, by the way, pretty sure this thing's going pretty... That's not what I meant. Yeah, this thing's going pretty well. Nothing's having any struggles or anything. Everything's going quite as expected, basically. In terms of how items are supposed to be going in, how everything's supposed to be moving, you know, what all is supposed to be doing what. Everything looks to be working cleanly. All of the sticks are going where the sticks are supposed to go, and we're not getting overflow sticks. Which was the real fear, is that overflows would occur somewhere. And we're luckily not getting major overflows in terms of that type of stuff. At least I hope. At least I hope. That is something that I do need to check about this thing, is to make sure that all the items are getting sorted out properly. It should be, especially with the way that we kind of have the hopper limit. If I could speak words today. Especially with the way that we kind of have the hopper limiting system that's going in. Like, it should be feeding out items one at a time, basically, which is what we're kind of trying to run through with this. But, yeah, no. It is one of those things I am currently worried about. This stream is kind of a overly dramatic test run of, I guess, this stream is effectively an over-the-top test run of a fair few major systems that we have running attached to the Great Bridge Project, where right now I'm like, my main focus is making sure that the Great Bridge Project is, in essence, running good, cleanly, and effectively. I do not want the Great Bridge Project to not be running cleanly and effectively. And that is my major worry, is that the bridge project is not running cleanly and effectively. Alrighty, come on. Whoop-de-doo. It is also one of those things where I'm like, damn, I wish I could just, like, put a little bit of a speed up on myself right now. Where it's like, hee-hoo, gather materials quickly for me, please. But, you know, funny, haha. Never wish for time to move faster. That's how you end up being old by, like, the time you feel like you're 20. Don't ever wish for time to move faster. That's just a bad idea. No. Not. The other thing is I also do find it really funny how, like, at the start of the semester I did say, yeah, any Minecraft stream for a while is probably gonna take a backseat in terms of architecture related things, and I'm probably gonna be more focused on, like, gadgets and stuff and, you know, the technical stuff that we need to be working on. And then I realized that, like, all of the big things that I have next to work on in the world are all, like, build related stuff, and I was like, god damn it, I have to actually build some stuff before I can work on the technical related stuff. And the other thing is the technical related stuff takes a while to go through, so I have to actually make sure that all the technical related stuff is set up properly, and it's like, why is this mess having to be this way? So yeah, no, we are in a situation, is the best way to put it. We are in a situation where it is like, well, I wish that I was doing the technical stuff right now as part of this world, but we're not, because I have a lot of build stuff that needs to get done, specifically around a certain subset of villagers that I need to be giving me all of my tool enchants so that I can actually start working on stuff. And then I also need them to be working on giving me all my armor enchants as well. So, yeah, wonderful mess of things that we need to do. Lovely. Lovely. Whoop-de-doo. We are at about that point where I should probably swap over to oak real quick. In fact, let us. There we go. And at least the good thing with the oakwood is oakwood is relatively, like, we use a lot of oakwood in this world, yeah, but, like, the oakwood just kind of, with how much I have gotten oakwood, like, I'm not worried about oakwood, really. We're merely just getting oakwood right now just to make sure that I'm not running out. Oakwood is just one of those things where it's like, yeah, you know, kind of need to have some of that real quick. Make sure that we get that, please. And then, you know, it's just like, oh, okay, cool. We have it. Yippee. It also does mean I am pretty soon going to actually be... I did just realize, yeah, today is going to be one of those big tests of the flush system in its entirety. Like, I have not done a full, like, huge set of chests, being... like, I have not done a huge set of items going through the Great Bridge yet. I've done, like, small subsets of items. Haven't done multiple double chests of items, though. Also, Marks. Oh, Shano! Yes. We do enjoy Silksong. We do enjoy Silksong. We do enjoy me yapping. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Is my yapping annoying? Am I yapping people's ears off? Am I being crazy? Am I going absolutely over the top insane over here? Am I being weird? Am I being awkward? Am I being the weird guy right now? I'm always weird. I'm always weird. I feel like that is part of this, where like I do have to accept that I am weird in my own ways. That is part of YouTube. Everybody is a little bit weird. Good. Don't mind. Exactly. You get to sit here and listen to me yap. That is exactly the response you should have. I don't mind listening to people yap. I could be weird too. I've said some weird crap in these streams. The Minecraft episodes are just the ones where normally things are chill. Most episodes of things are where I get to be chill. And then there's the upcoming series that's coming out on Friday, and I'm like, I'm saying some weird stuff. I'm saying some very weird stuff. And I say it many times in a row because I'm taking notes on the weird stuff. Thank you. Well, that's good. That is good. It is appreciated. Whoop-de-doo. Alrighty. Just a little bit more, and then I say we shall call it. Oh yeah, the other benefit of doing this is you know, doing the Oakwood is that Oakwood actually provides like bonus bone meal because of the apples. That is something that is really nice about the Oakwood. The bonus bone meal that we get from it. It is one of those things where it's like, this is why I really want a moss farm. Look, I can talk and game at the same time occasionally. I can do all the stuff with it. It's just... My problem is I just have, I just sometimes, like, I'm a very reactionary type person, where my reaction is what makes, like, a lot of my stuff interesting content-wise. So if my reaction is kind of, like, to certain things because it's something that, like, I'm expecting to occur or whatnot, or, you know, I'm working with X as my way of doing something, like, you know, it becomes one of those things where it's like I need to have unexpected to make my reaction stuff like actually matter to some people, and that I do understand is like where people get, you know, have the problem with me in terms of like content and what I do. As I start dying because I stayed up too late working on editing videos. But like, you know, when it comes down to stuff, oh my gosh, it's like it was fate. We ran out of bone meal, guys. Guys, we ran out of bone meal. That clicking noise is we ran out of bone meal. Yeah, we ran out of bone meal. Which does mean, hang on, let me, you know, boop, 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 boop. I was thinking that was going to be happening at some point soon. I just was hopeful that it wasn't. But yeah, we are fresh out of bone meal. But that does mean we now got to go see the you know, the benefits of our labor right here. Okay, stop hopping into my inventories. Or inventory, bleh. We do get to now go see the benefits of our labor. Down here. Alrighty, so all of this should be, yup. Wow. I mean, we did not get that much oakwood, as expected, but we did get, like, a full chest of each birch and acacia, which is really good. How are these running right now? This is, yeah. We have dupers. We have dupers for TNT. Which, I will admit, I don't fully support dupers for TNT. It is a duped entity, though, which is my way of rationalizing it to myself. But, like, I do not like that TNT dupers are the only way to get this level of stuff. And I'm waiting for the day where they figure out how to add something that makes it, you know, more valid, in my opinion. And we've got a pretty decent chunk of bones. Not enough to really, you know, run the flush system. Yeah, okay, so these are all powered. That is the benefit. Ah, womp womp. Yep. And then let me guess, you fell right into them again? As is typical? Yep. As is typical. Oh my gosh, why are these all here? These should not be in here. I mean, we checked the filters, so I know that they are fine as is. This is the other thing I wanted to check. Are we getting a bunch of... and I mean a bunch of saplings and stuff like that in here? Maybe? I'm not sure. I don't think we are. It doesn't look like we are, is what I'm going to... The flush system's not on, is it? No, but I do need that. Wait, why is this... Wait, have there been items that have been going? Where are those going? Where are those going? Where are those going? Hold the phone. Where are those going? Oh god, I need to go. I need to hop into the system real quick. Yep, that's the watermelon chunk. There we go. That's the benefit, though, is watermelons are very good for us in terms of running stuff. Where are all those items going? I hop into the redstone through the redstone access. Where are these going? Because that is not... We don't like seeing my items going somewhere like that. Normally, item goes somewhere like that. That's a bad sign. Where item going? Oh, you're just going into that chest. Okay. Okay. Panic averted. You're just all running into that chest and that hopper. Okay. I think that all of the items have been getting grabbed efficiently. Like, I don't see a problem with how items are being grabbed. It looks as expected. Womp womp. Come on. Let me up. Let me up. Let me up. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Whoop-de-doo. This gets to go into that system over here. And I think our items should still be getting processed, I would hope. If not, then holy cow, this machine is fast in terms of Bruh, this machine is fast in terms of processing stuff. Holy cow. I did not realize that it literally processes items almost as quickly as they go in. Wow, that's good. Yeah, geez. Okay, but it is being good in the fact that it is actually slowing the items down at a pace that does keep them 1-to-1, I think, in terms of everything. Which does mean there is the additive benefit of Whoop-de-doo. Where is... Yep, I need, like, all of these real quick. Because I need to have a good stacked supply of each of these for the upstairs that I haven't been keeping. So, in terms of that, I will remove that. Throw that back in there. All of these we don't need a bunch of. They can just go directly into the system as stands. And I just ate all of my items back. Whoop-de-doo. Those should, you know, quickly roll through. And then this, right, this also gets to go in. Whoop-de-doo. Do not talk about him. I have not seen him. Do not talk about him. I am not there yet. I have not reached the man, the myth, the legend. I know of him, and that is already way too much in my opinion. Do not speak more on him. I will cry. I will be sad. No spoilers for Silksong in chat. Alrighty, let's go get mining now. Now that we've got that. Nah, you're good. I'm just saying, don't mention the man, the myth, the legend. I have not seen him myself yet. And I do not want spoils for him. Let's go quickly make sure. Fair enough. I do need to make sure that these bad boys are all set up. Yeah, this does need to be... Yeah, these do need to be lockable right here. Whoop-de-doo. Which is relatively easy. Relatively easy. Doink, 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 doink. Doink, doink, doink. I sure hope not. I sure hope not. The arrows. Arrows. Oh, wow. That's actually surprisingly easy for me to do. That goes... Hang on. That goes there. We swap this for that. I need a dust to sit right there, basically. And then that's how we fix that one, so that it just, you know, it stays locked or unlocked depending on what I need. You get back in there. And boom. And boom. Does that lock that? It does. We can plop another redstone dust here. And then that will work it for us. And then this gets to go right there, and that can just be doubles. I do not care. And then that gets to go right there. It's a gross way to do it, but for right now, while I need to make sure that I'm not flushing the arrows out, like 6 I'm fine to flush. We have support system for stick flushing. We do not have arrow support or arrow flushing yet built in, so I'm not ready to run the arrows. And therefore, you know, I would rather us not worry about running arrows just yet through the flush system. Because if I do, then that is a problem. Alrighty, let's take the ride back home. I already messed up because I spent a lot longer here than I wanted to. We should have been gathering deep slate already. But that's fine. It'll be fine. I can just go grab some deep slate. And I do have time in between this and my errand that I did prep for. I just, you know, would like to make sure. Well, I will, like I said, I will be running the Great Bridge Project in between the stream, over my own time, basically. We do love the ability of that. That's why I like the Great Bridge Project, is it does let me move items without having to worry about moving the items. Whoop-de-doo. Alrighty, let's go get us our nice and wonderful, deep slate that we need. And that's right, I need to remember, we're not mining it from the normal spot I get deep slate, we're mining it from the slime farm spot where I should get deep slate. Swap you because I remember the other way around normally. Alrighty, hello all of my farms. Whoop-de-doo. Alrighty. Down we go. Into the pit of go collect stone and stuff. Oh my god, okay, that's... I don't have torches, I just realized. That's me being an idiot. I do not have torches. Kinda need those. Kinda quite really need those. Stack of that. Grab this real quick. Get out of here. That's good. And then make me like stack of sticks effectively. There we go. That's plenty of torches. Alrighty, and now into the abyss with me. I should actually put some more torches up here now that I think about it. Because our future slime farm needs to be needs to not have mobs spawning on my face right now. Alright. And of course there's phantoms spawning on my face now. That's fine. They won't be able to get down into the hole, I believe. Alrighty, whoop-de-doo. Dig this hole into the hole. Whoop-de-doo. In the pit we go. Love the hole. Yep. Get us down to about deep slate level, and then I will turn on chunk borders. Because chunk borders are really what we're after right now in terms of defining some things. Oh yeah, they also changed the F3 menu. That's the wonderful thing. That is great to work with. Is it still F3G? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. I'm like, do I have to go full F3 menu over here to get that still? Or can I just F3G it? Alright. We're now in deep slate level, so I can actually, you know, dig. And not be like, okay, you know, whoop-de-doo. I am going to dig us down to about the diamond level, by the way. You know what I just realized that I should have taken with me? I should have actually kept my water bucket on me to have water. Yeah, they've added a whole F3 help menu, basically. I think it's F3, F4. I don't know. I don't really care for it. The F3, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of liked old F3 menu. I know it was a bit dense, but it helped me with a lot of stuff. The only thing that I really didn't like about old F3 menu is that it basically told everybody the specs of your computer. Which understandably, not something I would really want to be telling everybody about exactly. So, you know. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, then it's F3, F5. That's what it is. That's what it be. And like, I knew it was one of them, I'm not the best at remembering exactly all the keybinds. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, where is the chunk border? Because it should be here inevitably. That's way more than 16. Oh, it's right there and I just didn't see it. Okay, whoop-de-doo. You get filled up with andesite because this isn't the create mod. I don't need andesite. And then this way we go and get 2 chunks. We want to see 2 chunk boundaries. Whoop-de-doo. I want that over there. I do not need a lever in my inventory, but we have that because of course we do. Really, in all honesty, all of this wood stuff that I have in my inventory is kind of just useless for me. Same with that string. That string does not need to be there. There we go. That's more to my likings now. Okay, there is 1 chunk boundary. So now we do that again, and then that'll be our area that we're really focused on trying to mine out for us. Whoop-de-doo. And come on, let me see the chunk boundary. Oh, there we go. Andesite, you again are the one getting sacrificed. Dig to another chunk boundary. And then everything from there on out just gets hollowed out. Hollowed out. Hollowed out in an upward direction. Whoop-de-doo. There we go. There's our chunk boundary. And this way. Yeah, now, this is another thing that, like, I do need to get working on at some point. Like, I do need a slime farm. Sticky pistons are useful consistently. Hello, random ambient noise that I thought that I had turned off. Yeah, we need to hollow out the earth here because we're making a slime farm in these 2 chunks. These 2 chunks are basically the best spot for a slime farm for us, so we're making a slime farm here. And I need to straight up just remove the entirety of the chunks. So that we can put, you know, what we want in here. The chunk error. Yep. And the reason, by the way, why I'm only digging, or why I'm digging into the top layer of bedrock is because I intend to use the top layer of bedrock as basically our water streams. Yeah. Secret doors are very fun to build. There is some usefulness for it for me in this world because I do intend to inevitably at some point kind of release the world to people on the Discord. You'll have to basically unpack the wonderful mess, but you know, I do want to put it on the Discord at some point for people to do stuff whenever I'm, you know, done with all of it. And that'll be something I do work on inevitably, is setting that up. It'll be something we do towards the end of the world's lifetime. Which, you know, depending on our definition of the end of the world's lifetime, you know, when that happens is something that is entirely dependent on how quickly I can get caught up to the Minecraft updates in terms of collecting everything. Because we do have a lot of collecting to do still. And at least Minecraft isn't moving too fast on how many items are getting added anymore. So collecting all of them isn't too crazy. It's just, you know, keeping up with it is a mess sometimes. Whoop-de-doo. I need all of the stuff. Deep Slate, my beloved. I wish you were a renewable resource, but you're not. You're actually one of the very few non-renewable resources. Once you remove all of the Deep Slate from a world, it's gone. Nah, there's a lot of fun little things that I'd like to do inevitably that I would love to just hide around in this world and just, you know, make into little secret thingies or, you know, do fun stuff with. Genuinely, like, I'm having a lot of fun playing in this world, and I don't know when I'm ever going to, like, stop having fun, basically. It is very much like I've said a few times, I am one of the people who effectively started the Forever World trend, and then just has been following it since then. My way of doing Forever Worlds, though, is very much slower. I have no reason to force myself to a pace or anything, or force myself to anything. I'm just taking a nice, small, little, like, walk, basically, whenever I'm doing this game. And I enjoy that. I enjoy the pace that I'm at. It is not anything that I ever really care for to try and, like, speedrun the game. I just like enjoying the game as is. I would like to fill up on the Deep Slate, though, if at all possible here. I don't need dirt, really. So I'm just going to throw that down. Yeah, now, once we get the Deep Slate all finished, I'll start heading over to the end of the bridge project. I do have to magically dig myself out of here, which is a wonderful mess that, you know, we get to handle. Digging myself out. Yo, we got some diamonds for our troubles. Thank you. What do I not care for that I would like to... the levers can be made real easy. I'm not worried. We have infinite sticks. We have, like, infinite cobblestone. I'm not really worried. Oh my god, that was like a double diamond vein. Yeah. I still love, I love my class. No, the house. Dude, the house that I make in this world, or, like, I love building in this game, first off, is the first thing I need to preface this with. But the way that I've built in this world is genuinely something that I'm very happy with. I genuinely enjoy how my world has been built and come together. Like, it is very much freeform. I wish that I was doing a bit more height derivation or deviations, which I'm working on, basically. I'm doing better with it as we go through. I wish there was a bit more height deviation that I was running in this world, but, like, genuinely in terms of everything that I'm doing, I love how I'm building this world. Like, there is zero things that I dislike about my base in terms of how it's constructed. I think this base is definitely, in a way, my best base that I've ever built into Minecraft. And that makes me very, very happy. I don't really need diorite. Let's start trying to get us out of here now, seeing as I've broken a million things right here, and, you know, now I need to get myself out, and since we're digging through Deep Slate, I might as well dig up through the Deep Slate, you know. Up we go. Yeah, no, I'm just genuinely really happy with how this world is coming out from my point of view. I will say the one thing that I do wish that I had more of in this game is just some more decoration. I need to get better at learning how to decorate in this game. That's one thing that I've struggled with both in terms of IRL architecture and Minecraft. Like, decoration is something that I just, you know, I kind of have the thought process of whoever lives in it will decorate it, and that's the thing. I live in this base, I need to decorate it. And I'm just struggling with figuring out how I decorate it. So, you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, alright, I guess, figure out how to get good at decorating and the interiors in this. I've never been the interior guy. I've never been the interior guy. I've always been the exterior when it comes to Minecraft or whatnot. Whoop-de-doo. Man, I love digging a spiral all the way out from the bottom of the world to basically the top of a mountain. So fun. So fun. I love doing this. It's okay, though. This is exactly what slime farms are for. This is exactly how a slime farm requires me to be. Hey y'all, welcome in, welcome in. You're joining in right as I'm finishing some stuff up, sadly. But yes, welcome in, welcome in. We're getting us out of our pit. Currently right now, resource gathering and getting out of my pit that I was resource gathering from. We got ourselves a bunch of deep slate that I wanted. And now I'm heading to go and clean out my wonderful wood farm of some wood. There we go. Ayo. Whoop-de-doo. Yoink. Do-do-dee-doo-doo. Do-do-doo-dee-doo. Do-do-dee-doo-doo. Do-do-doo. Do-do-doo-doo. Oh my god, it's such a tall tower. You'd think I'd be free, but I'm not. There is no freedom. Also, I will happily take all of this coal. We do not have enough coal. I never have enough coal. Never have enough coal in this world, it seems. It's another reason where it's like, or it's another thing where I'm like, I really, we don't need iron. We have an iron farm. We have an iron farm. I don't need iron like that. It's one of those things where I'm like, as my brain literally crashes with what I was going to say. It's one of those things where I'm like, when they did that whole change with, you know, caves and cliffs that basically put coal all the way, like, at the top ends of the world and diamond at the lower end of the world, and, you know, changed all of the stuff. Cook wood with wood. Buddy, I hate to tell you that we kind of have been. We kind of have been, for a while. I've been using charcoal for a long while, and I don't want to use charcoal. Well, I mean, I do want to use charcoal, but, like, because it's good and it's a renewable resource. I just don't like setting up charcoal right now, especially where I don't have, like, an eye on infinite... Well, I have an infinite wood supply, but I need to actually supply said infinite wood supply by doing, you know, the farming for it. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if I want infinite coal, I need to sit through and grind out all the infinite coal. I need to sit there and wait for the farm to do its farm things. That's where it's like, oh, I see. Alright, come on. Ow. Thanks, Gravel. Good to see you're here. Excuse me. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye. I hate gravel. I think we all do. I can grab this. Gravel can go out. Boop. Boop. Do. Yeah, no. Just setting up charcoal is my main thing, is something that, like, in all honesty, there's a better farm that will be our main supply. Inevitably, well, it'll be part of our main supply. I think charcoal will be our main supply. It's just, I need to get it set up to inevitably be a crafter that I'm running. Or one of the crafting systems that I am running is charcoal craft. We need to have charcoal being a thing. Inevitably being added. Alrighty, F3G, get that out of here, and there we go. I now have all the materials that I wanted. I need to get out of the open air, where there's a million phantoms. Woo! Ow. You are mean. Leave me alone. 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 Do not come after me, phantoms. Do not come after me. Hey, I said don't come after me. Don't come after me. What do you not understand about that? Don't come after me. Alrighty, that can all go in to get sorted out. We do have cobblestone in there as well that can go in to get sorted out. There we go. I ate all my food, so I need to get some more food real quick, which we've got over here. In the main area. Yoink. Yoink. Dump all of this stuff in here for right now. It'll eventually get sorted out into the sorters. Do I have... I mean, I can just leave some of those in there. Smile. Yeah. Alrighty. I should sleep real quick. And then I am gonna go get the wood, as I crashed, gonna go get the Great Bridge project running, so that all my items start getting moved over. And then, excuse me, and then, you know, we can move on with everything else. Ah, God. Hey, at least next episode we get to continue working on the villager array. You know, the villager stuff, so that I'm finally working on things. Yoink. We move. Alrighty. Well, with that, everybody, today has been quite the stream, I will say that. We've had some fun. I've gathered a lot of materials. We got our tools all fixed up. We got a bunch of wood, like literally a bunch of wood. I now have a bunch of deep slate that I need. Everything's going great. Everything's going wonderfully. With that, I'm going to say thank you guys all for watching here before I, you know, go into the hell. So, yeah. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye. Wahoo. Ugh. God. Have fun.